like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it.
What's good, Gangalang? I hope you all had a great week. Thank you for being back here with me today on Jade Hope TV. So, we're getting back into Moses and the burning bush. So last week we spoke about part 1, where Moses came across the burning bush. If you haven't seen it, click on the link in the description, or there should be a card somewhere here you can click on to see part 1 of this story, because today we're diving straight into part 2. We're going to be in Exodus 4, reading from the ESV, which is the English Standard Version. You guys know what time it is. Let's get into it! So we finished off with God talking to Moses. Then Moses answered, "But behold, they will not believe me or listen to my voice, for they will say, 'The Lord did not appear to you.' The Lord said to him, 'What is that in your hand?' He said, 'A staff.' And he said, 'Throw it on the ground.' So he threw it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses ran from it. But the Lord said to Moses, 'Put out your hand and catch it by the tail.' So he put out his hand and caught it, and it became a staff in his hand. That they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." Again, the Lord said to him, "Put your hand inside your cloak." And he put his hand inside his cloak. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous like snow. Then God said, "Put your hand back inside your cloak." So he put his hand back inside his cloak. And when he took it out, behold, it was restored like the rest of his flesh. "If they will not believe you," God said, "or listen to the first sign, they may believe the latter sign. If they will not believe even these 2 signs, or listen to your voice, you shall take some water from the Nile and pour it on the dry ground. And the water that you shall take from the Nile will become blood on the dry ground." Okay, guys, so basically, God is telling Moses, because Moses is concerned they're not going to believe me. Like, who am I to even do such a big thing? You're sending me to Egypt to free the people. Like, who am I? I'm a nobody. And God's letting him know, no, I'm with you. And they're going to believe you because you're going to tell them that I'm with you, for one, and you're going to show them these signs and these wonders. And so God is showing him what he will need to do when he gets there to convince Pharaoh. And so God said, "What is that in your hand?" God knows what it is, but God said, "What is that in your hand?" He said, "A staff." So he's letting him understand, okay, it's a staff in your hand. Now it's a snake. Now it's back a staff. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And then God also let him see that his own hand, he said, "Put your hand in your cloak, take it out. It had leprosy. Put it back in, it was healed." God is letting him see his power, like the magnitude of who he is.
Well, not the magnitude, because Moses' head would just blow off, you know what I'm saying?
But he's letting him know that I'm going to be with you, you're going to do these signs, you're going to do these wonders, you're going to do these miracles, and it's going to be proof that I'm with you. And then, if they don't accept the 2 signs of leprosy and the snake, then you're going to turn the Nile to blood. You're going to pour it on the ground, it's going to turn to blood. So God is just assuring Moses that I'm with you and that it's going to be okay. You can do this, all right? So let's pick up at verse 10. But Moses said to the Lord, "Oh my Lord, I am not eloquent."
I'm not eloquent, but...
"Oh my Lord, I am not eloquent, either in the past or since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and of tongue." Then the Lord said to him, "Who has made man's mouth? Who makes him mute or deaf or seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth, and I will teach you what you shall speak." But Moses said, "Oh my Lord, please send someone else." Wait, guys.
I don't want to laugh at Moses, yeah, because I've done the same thing myself. Like, let me not laugh at Moses.
It's funny. It's funny. Imagine God is sending you, yeah, to do something. He's chatting to you face to face, and you tell God,
Send someone else.
okay, wait, let me pause here. There's been many a time, that's why I can't laugh at Moses. There's been many a time when I felt God prompting me to do things, yeah.
And I didn't want to do it.
So I'm going to keep it real. I've been at church before and I felt like God has given me a scripture to tell someone and I've been scared. I've been sitting there like the whole service like,
No, I don't want to tell them I don't know them. I'm telling you scripture, I'm like, ah.
really like, Lord, please, like, I just don't, like, why me? Why me? Right? There's also been times when God might say, give that person some money. And you feel embarrassed. It's like, even though you're giving them something, yeah, it's embarrassing because the person might be like,
I don't want your money. Like, who are you? Like, what are you trying to say?
you don't know how someone will react. You understand? And so, bare times God has told me to do things. And sometimes I haven't listened. Like, honestly, sometimes I haven't listened. Sometimes I have. Now, as I've become, like, closer to God, I try to always listen. I'm not perfect, so there will be times I don't. But I try to listen, guys, because the times when I haven't listened, I felt so grieved. Like, I've been like in tears that night.
I
Like,
should have just listened. Why did I just do it?
you know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to feel that. I don't want to grieve the Holy Spirit. I don't want to not listen to God. Like, who am I to tell God no? Like, are you okay? Like, tell God no. Like, I'm nothing. The fact he's even telling me to do something is a beautiful, beautiful gift. And I should seize each one by the... Now, saying that, it was hard to start my YouTube. Like, when I first felt prompted to do it, it was years ago. And I was literally like, no, Lord, tell someone else to do it. I don't want to put myself out there. I'm not trying to do this. No. Every day, like, God would prompt me, like poke me. And I'd be like, no, I was not trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't laugh at Moses because we laugh, yeah, because we're reading the Bible story and it feels like it's so far removed from us. But God's telling you something every day. God's telling you something. Like, I know you lot have had times when God's told you to do something and you haven't done it. You know what I'm saying? So don't laugh at Moses. You know what I'm saying? Don't laugh at Moses because you know what time it is. You know you've been guilty of the same thing. So, I'm going to go back a little bit, right? Because it just makes me laugh and I just love it. So, we're going to be at 13, verse 13. But he said, Moses said, "Oh, my Lord, please send someone else." Then the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. And God said, "Is there not Aaron, your brother, the Levite? I know that he can speak well. Behold, he is coming out to meet you. And when he sees you, he will be glad in his heart. You shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth. And I will be with your mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you both what to do. He shall speak to you for the people, and he shall be your mouth, and you shall be as God to him. And take in your hand this staff with which you shall do the signs." Guys, don't you love it? Like, God is telling Moses to do something. Moses is saying he doesn't want to do it. God got angry, but he's still in his grace. He still allowed him to use his brother Aaron instead. Like, think about that for a minute. God could have just been like,
I done told you already. Do what I told
you
you.
know what I'm saying? Like God could shake the earth. Like, think about it, guys. Like, God could have put the fear of, listen, God could have shook Moses in such a way. God could have just spoken. Moses could have just been dashed
Far back, dash this way, that way.
You know what I'm saying? But God is so amazing. Deep it, guys. That he bears with our foolishness. He bears with our foolishness, guys. We have no business saying to God, send someone else. Like, what? But God bears with us. And look how many times he said it to him. I'll be with you, I'll be with your mouth. And Moses was still, I don't want to do, you know what I'm saying? So God got vexed now and but allowed him to let Aaron, his brother, do it instead. And God even made it so that it would work out because God said when Aaron sees you, he's going to be glad in his heart. So it's like God's already putting it, softening Aaron's heart so that when Moses tells him the thing now, Aaron's not like,
I'm not doing it. Or what? You're mad. You're crazy.
God already laid the foundations so that wouldn't happen to Moses. How beautiful is that? And God said, okay, I will give you the word, you give it to Aaron, and we'll do it that way. Is that okay? Can you do that? It's just so beautiful the way that God bears with us, the way he has patience. You guys already know, we've talked already about this, gang. I love scriptures that I can see a bit of God's character, a bit of God's personality, a bit of who God is. And I feel like this is another one of those scriptures. It's showing that he's patient, he's loving, he's kind, and he cares about the small things that we care about. Think about it. And he sets us up to win. I just love it. I love God so much. It's just so beautiful. So, what do you think, guys, about this text? I want to know all of your thoughts, all of your theories, all of your opinions in the comments. I love you guys. And let's remember to walk the narrow path together. Peace.
Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it.